All right.
It's like there's not too much.
But are we live? Are we actually live?
Like, it should be. If I do that, yeah, I'm still using my mic, so that should be. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Good. All right.
Oh God, why is there an echo? Mute the stream in the background.
What's stream in the background?
It the YouTube stream. You have it go.
I don't have a YouTube stream going in the background.
I hear we're echoing. Hang on a second. Oh, it's my end.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, we're fixed. We're fixed. It was my end.
Blaming me.
Thanks, Patrick. What?
Yeah. So, all right, welcome everybody to another exciting podcast for the Mike and the Patrick. To be honest,
second one.
Yeah, our second one. And to be honest, it's because Justin has more problems and my internet's stupid, so
AIDS.
I've got patches.
No. You need to specify this a little bit better. So basically, Justin is once again dealing with AIDS. He's literally like, I just looked at him. He looks dead inside while he's over there on that other side of the house. And Patrick's internet that he so happily was excited to get, that he upgraded to, is shitting the bed on him.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, it's Call of Duty. We were going to play Modern Warfare, but it had an update of like 40 gig. And it had been updating today, and I only got to like 2 gig, and I come in here, and it's like 1 megabyte a second. I don't know what the hell was going on with it. But anyway.
The weird part about it is it's letting us stream at your 10 kilobytes or 10,000 kilobytes a second.
Yeah, I'm green. Everything's good. I'm sitting at 15,000. Sometimes goes up to 18,000. I ain't got no freaking problem over here.
The quality looks good.
So that's whatever.
I really don't know. It makes no sense. But I don't know.
So chat. We are gonna talk about some hot topics tonight. But if you have any hot topics you want to throw in to the chat, then by all means, go ahead.
Yeah, and then ask any questions whatsoever. Look, Mobiles is already at it. I'm gonna. It's just he's just pulling out his quote bag.
He's quoting in his bag.
He's got way too many of those quotes. Like literally, if your thoughts on it would no,
Mobiles, no. We're not getting into that.
We are not going down south. Okay, this is not Alabama. Okay, we do not live in Alabama. We are not doing that.
But to be frank, like I don't have anybody. I don't have a problem with anybody. Creed, whatever. So bring
Creed.
it.
Oh, you want to talk about the band Creed?
With arms wide open, I'll show you everything.
Well, so what I don't understand about them is like people. To me, they are like Nickelback before Nickelback got popular. And everybody hated on Creed just as much as they hate on Nickelback. And now it's Imagine Dragons.
Why? Okay, let's go to the Nickelback thing, because that's one thing I thought I understood. Why do people hate on Nickelback so bad? Like, I can't find a good reason why people hate on them.
Okay, I think it's more, they're kind of an in-between. They are in between trying to be a country band and a rock band. And country and rock don't really mix together very well. So
Agreed.
I think that's why, like, if you notice, most people that like metal hate country. So it's like they're trying to be two audiences, and one of them's like, no, get out of here, we don't like you. And the other one's like, oh, sure, I guess we're okay with you. But most people that I know that listen to the same music that I do, they do not like Nickelback at all. Even though they just dropped a single not too long ago that was literally the very beginning of it sounds really heavy metal, but then it goes straight back into that country drawl that he has when he sings.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I kind of I hated on Kid Rock, like, because he was doing his rock thing, then he went complete like country for a while, and after that I was
Kid Rock went right.
He might
I
have
thought he
had
was
another
a
point.
rapper.
No, he went to like he went to like country or whatever and started doing things like that. And then after that I don't know. I didn't follow him much after that. After that, I don't know. I'm not a country guy.
Mobiles asks if we know Five Finger Death Punch.
Of course we do. I like Five Finger Death.
Patrick's. Yes, that's Patrick's third favorite band.
I like fingering the Death Punch.
God.
Look, there's another.
Now we're going
Mobiles.
off. Yeah, I'm sure he does. Mobiles. See, he was excited about that one.
Yeah, I'm all for. Honestly, when I mow, I got my phone with my earbuds and stuff, and that's all I listen to is Five Finger Death Punch out there because I can really just scream my head off and scream out slanders.
Slanders? Who are you slandering?
The grass.
Are you slandering your coworkers? You slandering your mother? You slandering your dad?
Everybody that just comes into my mind, I'm just like, burn motherfucker.
You slandering your mailman?
Sometimes that mailman's a dick.
Sometimes you're just like that mailman. If Mike don't get to my wife, that mailman will.
Oh, God, stay out of my wife. Hi, Joseph.
he's here, and then he's already said he's gonna be right back. I hope Alexander comes on because he's been wanting us to do this so bad. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna add him real quick. Let me go into general at Alexander. We do a podcast, boy. That should get his attention. He should be in here in like 2 seconds after that.
What?
Maybe.
What? No.
Elder says. Maybe Patrick sneaks in a little. I don't know any country artists like at all.
I know the names of them, like Garth Brooks, which Garth Brooks had an alter ego of Chris Gaines, which both were horrible. And then
I never would have known that.
Justin loves country. That's all he's for.
Okay.
What is it? Taylor Swift.
We had this discussion. Remember? We had this discussion. Okay. Justin doesn't really like music. We remember we had this figured out because he only listens to what's popular on the radio, and even then, it's just meh to him.
Right.
Like music is not like an outlet for him. Like I'm almost kind of convinced sometimes that Justin's just a freaking robot. Because most people, they listen to music, it's their outlet. It's how they like let out like their like how they're feeling inside or their emotions, or they use music to get themselves in a good mood or to improve their mood or whatever. But Justin's over here just like he listens to complete silence and only listens to music when he's driving in the car. It's just for noise.
See, I guess there are people like that don't really care about music. I love music. Music is a huge part of my life. And
oh yeah,
it's an outlet. So when I meet somebody that doesn't really like music or they don't really care, like they don't have like a genre or something that they specialize in, they just listen to whatever, they don't really care. I guess that's a type, but I don't know. It's just weird. Like you like your Asking Alexandria and all that stuff. Is this doctor disrespect?
Not so much Asking Alexander anymore because their music went in a direction that I don't really like. So I only listen to their old stuff. But literally my freaking, let me pull up my playlist. What are we looking at here? We're looking at deathcore, heavy metal.
That's what the band is. Heavy metal.
No.
Are you
Gent?
Are you just telling me the genre names?
Yes. Literally. Okay. If we go there, we have Brand of Sacrifice, which is I don't even know what genre they are really. They are extremely heavy. They are very. Oh, they're deathcore. Okay, so they're deathcore, which is very heavy. And then we have Attack, which is more kind of it's back in that Asking Alexandria vibe. Then we have some more heavy metal. Then we have my favorite song for the past 2 years right now, this Lost in the Static by After the Burial, which is Gent. And it's super deep heavy metal. So
Why
it's
does-
like literally.
Why
Gent?
does gent? Why does gent sound like a name of a lady part between her legs? Like, oh, my gent itches.
I don't know why they call it gent. Literally, so gent is they use 9-string guitars.
I do like the sound of some of those nine strings.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But you also got to watch it with this genre too, because they're like, I don't know. Oh, that's your dad. That's your son. Elder's your son.
Man, he's always changing his name.
I don't know why he. I don't remember what it was last time. It wasn't that though. That's for sure.
I don't know. He's probably like, oh, they'll never recognize me if I come in with a different name. He's got like, that's probably all of where our subs are. He's got like 2,000 some accounts, and he just keeps subbing with different accounts.
How does he come up with all those emails?
I don't know. The kids these days, they just there's that new thing. See, I'm getting so old. Like the Chat.io or whatever it is, to where like it generates
GPT.
Yeah, where it like generates stuff. See, I'm still like kind of foggy a little bit on that. I think I understand what that is, but I'm getting old to where you damn kids and your bluegrass kind of stuff like that. You know,
Chat GPT, what it does is it's literally an AI, and you could have it do anything for you. So, like, for an example, you could sit there and be like, hey, Chat GPT, I need you to write me a story. Here is the premise, and it'll write you a story.
Really?
Yes. Like, but you have to like start out with the premise. You have to have like a beginning, middle, and end, and then just let it go after that, and it'll make you up the whole story. It can also, for techies or nerd people, it writes code for you. So if like you're sitting there writing a web page or something, or coding or whatnot, you could be like, hey, Chat GPT, I need this, and this in coding, and it'll write the code script for you. So
you can have it like come up with. So pretty much we could just hook up the Chat GPT, whatever you called it, while
GPT.
we're playing games, and it could just talk to chat for us. So we're like not even a personality anymore. We're just an AI.
Yeah, okay, you could do that. There's some other stuff though. Like, okay, for an example, I don't think they use Chat GPT. I don't know what they use exactly, but there is a thing where you could use there's these bunch of these videos. It's called AI presidents, and it's literally Obama, Trump, and Biden gaming together.
I've seen some of those videos on TikTok.
Yeah,
that
they used an AI to do all that.
Weird. Just absolutely weird.
But like you could do that. Like we could have Chat GPT write us a script for one of our streams. So like we just read off the script.
I think that might be something we need to try.
Yeah.
So I do want to. I feel like that might be a decent subject, Dan. About, even though he was asking if Justin believes in ancient aliens.
Lord.
But even like with the whole ancient aliens, or even like if aliens had some kind of influence in our society back in the past or something like that. Any thoughts, Mr. Michael?
I honestly don't know, because I want to say if there are aliens, I feel like they would have found us by now. But also, here's another thing you could look at it too. It could be that there are aliens. There's like other life on other planets, but they're in the exact same time frame that we are in. So it's like they're technological wise, they're in the exact same state as us. They're not super advanced or anything like that. They're just exactly where we're at. Like that, I feel like that's a theory that a lot of people don't even sit to consider, because it's like a lot of them are like, a lot of people already believe that aliens are way more advanced than us. Their technology has surpassed us. Blah blah blah. It's like, well, how come we haven't discovered them? It's like, well, it's because they don't want us to discover them. It's like, but that doesn't make any sense, because if they're superior to us, when they want to like show that they're superior to us by showing their presence to us. Because I feel like that's what you would do. Like any sentient species is going to do that, because it's a dog-eat-dog world. So, I think that there could be aliens on other planets, but they're in the exact same technological state that we're in.
I mean, I could definitely see that. I mean, we always assume that we are the inferior species whenever we talk about. I mean, granted though, if we do see an alien and they have mastered space flight, then they probably are more superior in intellect than we are. But yeah, I could definitely see what you're talking about though. That makes a good point. I never really kind of thought of it like that they're in the same kind of boat that we are in. Which I guess would make sense that like
it would make the most sense why we haven't found them, in my opinion. But like I said, this is just my opinion. I'm not basing this off of facts. I'm not basing this off of anything, because I know space is still the last frontier. We still don't know enough about space, and that's why they're still developing technology to advance our study into space. Like that's why. So like we had that telescope that we launched a few years ago. In 3 more years, there's going to be another telescope that's even more advanced than that being launched into our orbit.
Yeah, we're just going to keep better and better in it.
Exactly. And then on top of that, we're going back to the moon. The budget for that got approved, and NASA's already announced the 4 astronauts are going to be going back to the moon.
Oh, really?
So,
are we going to watch them land on the moon again? And
that'd be cool. I would like to do that. That to me would be really, really cool, because I would feel like we're back in 1969. Like that. It would be like back then when they landed on the moon. Oh, it'd be so awesome.
What if what if like they do it and then they get up there, they see all the old landing stuff or whatever, but they end up getting attacked by some kind of a creature that might be up there on the moon?
Well, it would be nationally broadcast on live TV.
That would be kind of neat.
I mean,
but I swear
it would be neat and terrifying at the same time.
Well, I mean, like you've heard that one of the theories about the moon being like a superstructure or something like that, to where it's actually like a spaceship or something. It's not actually just a rock, but it's a you've heard that, you know what I'm talking about, right? Where it's hollow inside and it's actually.
I feel like you're confusing the Death Star with
no. I mean, it's in similar sense, yeah, but no, it's they call them like superstructures or something, or the idea is superstructures where it's not actually a moon, it's just a huge like a terraforming machine, and as we originally started using it to the point where it got us to terraform this, we kind of like went back to Stone Age or something. I don't know. There was something I was reading or watching about that. Maybe it was a movie. I don't know. But there was something like that, to where it was actually like a ship or something that came here to terraform, and I don't know. I feel
like it's a science fiction movie you've been watching.
I mean, probably. At this point.
Joseph asks, tits, ass, or thighs? We have to pick one.
Ooh, I'm definitely. I'd have to say the chest aspect of life.
The chest aspect.
Don't worry, Joseph. I don't know what I'm on about.
So, like, do I have to rank one, or shoot? Chest, yeah.
Stream is laggy.
Stream is laggy as hell. I might be back. Oh, yeah, it's lagging.
Why?
What do you... Oh, there it goes. It might be fine now. Momos! No! Don't...
What?
Momos!
Why?
Momos!
I swear to God.
Oh wait, he's a mod. I can't do anything. If that's you, you have to delete that.
Oh my gosh.
Momos, calm down. We're not trying to get canceled. We're just trying to chill. We're trying to chill with the boys, have our fun.
I'm watching my kilobytes.
And does it look fine on your end?
It's showing that it's decent enough. I don't know.
It's improving.
Well,
it looks fine. No, mobiles, we're not.
What? uh,
We already answered that. The chest. The chest.
no.
Okay, well, here, I got one for you. What
All right.
was or what is your favorite soda brand?
Pop, 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 pop. Ah, God.
Well, yes, that is soda.
Yeah. I if anything, I'd have to go with like Pepsi products. I'm not as much as a Coke product, and if I had to choose out of the Pepsi products, I would probably. I don't know. I'd probably end up being Mountain Dew. As bad as that should or is it is for me, it would
So,
have to probably be Mountain Dew. I think is what I'd end up liking the most.
if you want to, something I learned about Mountain Dew that I thought was really interesting. So, apparently in the UK, Mountain Dew to them tastes like Sprite. Like, there's no difference between Sprite and Mountain Dew. So, but most of them pick Sprite because the Mountain Dew tastes funny. So, there's something in Mountain Dew. I don't know what it is exactly, but there's something in Mountain Dew. Whatever gives it its green color is a flavor, and that flavor is banned in the UK.
Yeah.
So
Probably.
they always when people in the UK when they come over here, the first thing they do is buy a Mountain Dew because they're like, we got to taste the real thing because it tastes like crap or it tastes pretty bland. And apparently also like Coca-Cola and all those products and everything, they are not as sweet in the UK compared to ours.
See, I would be interested in trying other places soda pop. Because I think it'd be neat. Like, I know other places. Like, there's this one time we were in, I was doing work in Florida, and this guy was selling ice cream or whatever, right? And this is not, like, supposed to be bad or nothing, but the Mexicans have, like, a different frozen treat section than we do. And
Yep.
a lot of their stuff has, like, chili powder stuff in it. And the guy that I was working with didn't realize what he was getting. He just pointed at the picture, and the guy gave it to him, and we ate it, and it was freaking, like, nasty, at least to us, because it was chili powder in the freaking popsicle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So but still though, tasting stuff like that, I think would be interesting. I wouldn't mind tasting other countries' candies and stuff like that. I think would be neat. Look at me talking
Chinese
about
food.
candy.
Chinese food is a good example of this because, so like you have Chinese food in America, which has been Americanized, right?
Right.
It's sweeter than what actual real authentic Chinese food is.
Yeah.
Real Chinese food is very salty. It is very salty and very like soy saucy compared to what we like. So it's wildly different. So like they always say that like you won't like authentic Chinese food if you go visit China because it's not sweet enough.
Yeah,
But however, from everything else that I've heard though, like Korean food and Japanese food both taste better in Korea and Japan compared to any restaurant you can get here in the US. They all taste better, way better.
See, I'd like to try like real authentic like sushi or something like that. One of those places I saw like watching those Food Networks or whatever, where they actually will carve the tuna or the fish or whatever it is, and it's raw that they give you, and they put it like right on top of rice and stuff like that. I'd like to try that. I don't know if I'd like it, but I'd like to try it.
I discovered that I have I love wasabi.
Not tried wasabi.
Do you even
yet.
know what?
I know
Wasabi literally it's a better tasting version of horseradish sauce.
Yeah,
like no joke, it just tastes better than horseradish.
I remember seeing Steve-O snort wasabi. So, but I've
You're
never
not
had it.
supposed to do that.
I've never had it. I know what it is and I've seen it. I've just never had it.
Oh yeah, like it tastes really good on sushi, by the way. So if you ever decide to try sushi, you should try it with a little bit of wasabi. You can put a little bit of soy sauce on it, as well as like usually what I do is I put soy sauce on some of them and wasabi on the others.
I have I've had I think it's called calamari, but it's not fried or whatever. It's just that squid, like those little baby squids.
Yeah, that's calamari.
Is it? Have you had that? What do you think of it?
Yes, I have. Taste wise, it's okay. Texture wise, I don't enjoy the texture. The taste, however, I think it tastes great, but it's too chewy to my liking.
Yeah.
I would much rather have, like, say, shrimp, for example. I'd much rather have that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've never tried lobster.
Never?
Yeah.
Oh, I love lobster. Lobster's just a better tasting shrimp.
Okay. Well, I've had a crab before, and that was okay. Like, the crab to me didn't really have a taste or like any kind of flavor. I don't know if it's because it just wasn't cooked in like something like spices or whatever. So like, it just kind of tastes a little bland. So maybe something about it was off. But I'm a big shrimp guy. I love shrimp. I will literally, if you, whenever I go out to Virginia and visit my family out there, they know better than to leave the shrimp plate out, because I will eat the whole thing. Like, no joke, I will eat the whole thing. It'll be all gone.
You can tell we're fat people because we're talking about food.
Well, shrimp's low calorie. Like, shrimp is very low calorie. You can just snack on as many as you want. It's so low calorie.
Yeah, but you can also eat like 100 of them. That's still not going to help.
But 100 of them, in terms of calorie wise, is like equal to barely a cheeseburger.
Yeah. Could you? I mean, the cheeseburgers that we have here, I could definitely see that. Would you like a shrimp burger?
Shrimp burger.
Yeah.
What? You ever eat salmon?
Probably. I don't care for like salmon patties, if you know what I'm talking about.
You don't care for salmon patties?
Yeah, I don't care for that. The salmon patties.
Why?
I don't.
Is it because of the smell when you're cooking it?
I think so. I think that's just like turns me away at that point. And
yeah. I love the flavor of salmon. So, but I can see the smell kind of driving people. Like, the fish smell in particular, I can see why people don't like it. But like, it never stops me. If you ever go to like a catfish eat. Mm-hmm. You know, they're cooking the catfish. Like, they freeze the catfish and then they cook it, take it out of the freezer, cook it, and give it out. Yeah. And it, like, you could smell that. You have that smell, but holy cow, the catfish that they make is good.
See, I've had good catfish. I've had a lot of fish actually. That's been pretty good. Salmon, just something about salmon. I don't know. Like, I've had tuna, I've had tilapia, I've had a lot of different fish. Just salmon, and I think it's probably because of the way they cook it. Like, I probably could eat salmon a different way and it wouldn't bother me, but I don't know. Like, I've had all kinds of other underwater creatures, crab legs, lobsters, shrimp, all that stuff, and I've got no problem with it. But it's just something about the salmon. I don't know what it is. Maybe if it was like, I don't know, rubbed around in butter or something.
And butter? Well, you're not supposed to eat it like that. Like salmon, I want to say, like, you can eat it barely cooked. I don't know why, or I don't know how, but you can. Like, fish is really weird. Fish you can eat pretty close to raw, and it's not going to hurt you. And I don't know why. However, like, you can't eat a freaking cow raw.
No, don't dare eat a chicken raw.
Definitely don't eat a pig raw.
No.
Like, unless you like tapeworms.
Well, I heard that tapeworms are a good way to lose weight, so maybe it might be a good idea.
They're also a good way for you to, like, not just lose weight, but lose, like, nutrients and everything. Make you feel like trash.
Nah. Tapeworms.
Yeah. I'm trying to. My mind just drew a blank. I had a question for you, but my mind drew a blank.
Oh no.
I hate that. I've noticed that happens a lot as I've been getting older. Is I'll have something in at the top of my head, and then I'll just lose it, and then I sit there and like have to give up. Like, I lost it.
It's
It's gone. I don't know what to do. You know, it happens all the time. It happens all the time at work. I'll be doing something, like for instance today, that lock. Right, I had it in my head with the lock that you told me that needed to go on that door.
Yep.
I was like, all right, I need to put this lock on my door. And then I got an unlock request that was over in that direction. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I could go slap this on there, right? So I'm walking out. I get all the way to my unlock, and then I look at my pockets. I'm like, I didn't grab that lock.
I've done things like that.
It was there at my literally as I'm walking out the door. I'm like, oh, great, I can put this lock on there.
So
Then,
go ahead.
And then I get there. I'm like, oh, I don't have it.
Yeah, we go grocery shopping every Thursday, and we have picked up, those like reusable bags that you can get. Right, we've got a few of them from other places and stuff, whatever, and we keep intending on taking them, and we keep forgetting them every Thursday. So I started to stick them in the truck because I know that once we get there, the truck will be there, and they're still in the truck.
The other vehicle. Oh
no,
you took the other.
We took the truck. They're in the back of the truck. Forgot about them. Just every Thursday, keep forgetting about them.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
I seem to do that when I grocery shop. Like, usually I have something, I'm like, okay, I definitely need this. Go grocery shopping, forget it completely. Like, I hate it too. It's like, and like Justin was saying, like, he's noticing it real bad with himself. He's like, I don't know what's happened to me, but my memory is like shot to hell. He doesn't remember anything. It's like when something happens, something major will have happened, and then I'll be like, hey, you remember that thing that happened? He's like, huh? You're going to have to run me by that? Well, what was that? What happened? I remember something happening, but you're going to have to run me exactly what happened. And then I had to remind him what all happened. He's like, oh, yeah, now I remember. He's also really bad with names, too. So it's like he gets introduced to somebody that's really high up there at work. And then that person comes around. He's like, hey, person, I forgot your name. I'm not going to say that I forgot your name, no, because you're special. Or not special, but you're high up there. I'm going to look bad.
He's like, yeah, I'll get back with you, sport.
I told him, like, you can't go wrong. Just call him sir. It's like, the people here seem to get really upset if you call him sir. I'm like, why not? I'm like, why not? He's like, I don't know. I called one person sir, and that person was like, I am not a sir. This is my name. And they said their name, and he's like, oh, okay.
Maybe it was the way that he said it.
I'm not going to remember that.
Maybe it was I'm not gonna remember he said it.
I don't know. Well, that could be. I could see him in mid-sentence trying to say their name, and then realizing he forgot their name, and then going, sir. And it's like, wow, that just sounds very off-putting and condescending,
Yep.
Oh.
Good old Justin.
So you got any games you're looking forward to this year? Other than I can think of one right off the top of my head.
Yeah, it probably starts with a D, don't it?
No, it actually didn't.
Ooh.
Starfield.
Yeah, still a little iffy about it. What I did see about it, it looked good, and I am looking forward to it, but it's like, I don't know. It could either be really good or it could be really bad. Yeah.
Well, I feel like Bethesda, they feel the pressure. Like, I'm going to be straight up honest. Like, I think they feel the pressure. They know this game has to do well or Elder Scrolls 6 is dead in the water. And that's their biggest IP is Elder Scrolls. So they know they have to perform. They know they have to put out a good product, because if they don't, I mean, the chances of me buying Elder Scrolls 6 or being afraid to buy Elder Scrolls 6 is probably a better, more accurate statement, is going to be very high. And I'm going to sit there and be like, prove to me that I should buy this game. Yeah. After the failure that was 76, after, we don't know with Starfield, but we just got to see how it turns out.
See, anytime these companies will stick a game to basically monetize every aspect in there,
yeah,
it's it kind of wants to make you turn away. You know, I've played games that don't have that kind of a system in there, and they're freaking great. I don't know why. Like, I don't get why they feel the need to microtransaction everything.
Capitalist society. They're capitalists.
I know, but I mean, it's the thing is, like, I feel like you could get more people to play and have fun if you just treat the game the way it should be. Maybe release an expansion that actually is a large expansion. It's like even like The Sims. You know, you can buy expansion packs, but you for $10 you buy a pack that has like 5 items in it. You know, it's.
I have a rant about The Sims actually. So
rant on.
So, how much have you played of Sims 4?
Quite a bit.
Okay. So when I got my gaming PC, my first gaming PC, one of the first games I went and bought was The Sims 4. Because I played The Sims, Sims 2, Sims 3, big Sims player, So I was excited. I was like, I got a computer. I got a nice computer. I can go play Sims 4 now. I was happy and excited. So I got The Sims 4, right? I start playing it. I'm like, oh, there's only 2 areas and a custom area to build in. Okay, I guess. So then, I start making my world and everything. I start building my house and I'm doing stuff. And then I play for a few hours. And then I'm like, okay, I want to buy the hot tub from Sim. So I look through and I'm like, where's the hot tub? I type in search hot tub. Doesn't show up. So I'm like, what the heck is this? So I go to Google and Google where to find the hot tub in Sims 4. And it was in a $10 pack. And I just sat there like, what? Like something that is very common, like in every single Sims game was in the base of the model of the game. From Sims 1 all the way up to Sims 3. Then you get to Sims 4 and it's like, oh, you want this? Give me $10. And I was like, I just paid $30 for your game. Why? So I bought it.
But that's the thing. That's like they know people aren't going to be happy about it, but people will still buy it. That's just what it is.
Here's the really sad part. So I bought it, right? I bought it, put the hot tub in, didn't touch the game for 3 months after that. Like, it left me feeling that empty inside where I was like, I literally had to buy this hot tub. Like, I had my sim go to their career, go to their job to, earn the simoleons to be able to buy the hot tub. And then it's like, oh, no, you have to pay $10 real if you want the hot tub for your sim.
Yeah. Is it... So, Is it sad if I say that at this point we own all the expansions for Sims 4?
It doesn't surprise me. I'm close to there, I think. I haven't played the game in like almost a year now, just because I don't know. Their whole model, like their money, I call it a money scam, basically. But their money scamming model basically has really put me off from the game, especially since the last one I bought was the I think it was the high school expansion. Okay. And it was literally, you got the area with the high school, and then you got 4 new outfits for male and female, and that was it. I was just like, and it was $30. I was like, this is such a rip-off. Like $30, and all you get is this new area where you could, your sim could go to high school, but the sim can only take 2 classes, and everything else in the high school is literally just all social stuff. Like, you go, there's a gym, you can have your sim work out in the gym, you can have them go work on the computer, and then they sit in a hour-long class at the beginning and end of the day, at school day, and then they could be, and then there was a major bug. Here was another thing too. So when I was playing it, I discovered a major bug because I was like, oh, my sim will just go home after the school day ends, right? Nope. Your sim is stuck there unless you make them go home.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I was like, well, that's just dumb. Like, it should be like, the school day is out. Do you want to stay here and work on extra work or whatnot, or have the option to go home? No, you don't get any option. You're just like, you're stuck there. The school day's over. Doesn't announce nothing. Done. It's just, I was like, what? I was like, what is this? It was real shoddily put together, thrown out there like someone's, it's like, oh, here's the turd that we polished. And
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
I get it. It's that's really bad. But it's not just that game though. There's a lot of other games that are really bad. Like trying to play. We probably have already talked about this, but trying to actually play and get into with the Elder Scrolls Online. One of the things that just kind of like bugged me, and it still does, but I don't really play it anymore, is the fact that if you want to have the Thieves Guild missions or the Dark Brotherhood missions, which were always included in every Elder Scrolls game,
You have to pay for it.
you had to pay for it this time. And even like buying the expansions that come out, they're not going to include that. You don't get that stuff included. And they
What do you do?
release.
Is this in the subscription version? Is that the only way to play it?
You have to. I think if you have the subscription, the monthly subscription, then you can play like the expansions, and you can play. I'm not sure if you can play like all the offshot stuff, but I know with the expansions or with the pass, you can play like all the expansions and stuff. But still, I don't know. It's just one of those things where they just nickel and dime you to death.
I mean, I can't really say all that too much because I play King of Babylon, so.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's true.
So it's like I can't sit there and give too much shit because I do play a game that's literally a pay-to-win game.
Yeah,
like,
but that game is free though.
Yeah,
That's it's
free.
I had to pay for 76. I had to pay for Elder Scrolls Online, but at least with King of Babylon, it's a free game to play. You choose to spend money on it.
Yeah, and I haven't spent any more money here in the last few months just because I'm at the point now where I'm in the middle. So that's the best place to be, honestly, because the only people above me are the whales that spend thousands of dollars on the game a week.
Yeah.
So I'm at the point where the stats on my account are pretty good. Like they'll beat about 50% of the people that play the game, and then actually no, I would say they beat about 70% of people that play the game, and the only people above me are the big whales. So it's like I can't feel bad about that. I'm getting beat by literally thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Versus, I think I've spent $15 in the past 2.5-3 months on the game.
Yeah.
But another thing that they're doing though with the game too is every month they're dropping new expensive content, and then the stuff before becomes literally easy to get for the free players, which is the model I guess they all wanted them to do. But it's it's a new update every month. And there's some of the stuff for example, the heroes, they dropped two sets of new heroes a year, and they're still hard to get. Even the third set removed from these past two is still hard to get for a free person.
We didn't get replaced mobiles. I'll get to your comment here in a second. It says y'all got replaced by Chat GPT.
We're in discussion, mobiles. It's a little when you're talking, and you see something in chat that you want to respond to. It's it's a little hard to come to a point where you're I need to respond to this comment.
It's you guys are already doing the Chat GPT.
Play Elden Ring. Well,
I will. I have to get it first, and
I have Elden Ring, but I'm bad at the game.
You have Elden? You got it downloaded, or do you have the disc?
No, I have it on my Steam account.
Oh,
let me look.
Wow.
I don't think I have it installed right now. I do not have it installed, actually.
Yeah. Well, if it was on Xbox.
No, I got it on PC. So
I'll end up getting it because I do want to play the game again, and the expansion. There's an expansion getting ready to come out for it. But congrats on Margit, whatever his name is, Margit the Fell.
What?
So I can't remember what his name is. But congrats, because he was a pain right off the bat. But you'll find that he was one of the easier bosses. But still, though, he is a milestone.
No. The hardest boss that they've ever made is in the game. I forget what her name is, but she's a boss, like an in-game boss.
Yeah.
Not like in-game story-wise, but like just an in-game quest boss.
Yeah, I know who
And
you're talking
she's the
about.
hardest. Yeah, she's the hardest boss that they've ever made. And I've seen in the Discord that this other Discord that I'm in, there was they all got the game, and there was a craze going on where they were all playing it. And one of the guys beat her dual-handed club weapons and a strength build, which is not optimal in the game. That is so optimal, so suboptimal. And he beat her with it. It took him 2 days, but he did it.
See, that's the build. I started doing a build of that build where it's like you got no armor on and you just got 2 clubs. And I was going to I actually got pretty decent. I beat who he's talking about, Margit the Fell. I had a little help with one of the summons, but I got a little bit farther past that just with no armor and just with 2 clubs. It's kind of fun because Elden Ring is a good game. It really is, because it's challenging. It's not something where you can just go hack and slash. You got to actually like
well, you know how like most games are, right? You sit there and you smash the attack button, it only like respawns a few times. This in Elden Ring, every time you smash it is an input. So like, I smash BB, right? It's an input. Like, instead of it being like, I'm trying to attack smash B multiple times, and it's like, only one input. But it's like, literally, if you sit there and just smash the controller, like smash buttons, it's worse for you. You literally have to be methodical about it, because if you're not, you just get killed, or you don't do enough damage.
The hardest boss, or the hardest one that I ever had a time with, because see, I fought who you're talking about, and I'm Millennia or whatever her name is. I can't remember her name right now, but I killed her. The most hardest. There was a summon that you could get, but in order to get her, you had to kill her, and it was the Black Knife Tish or something like that. That was probably one of the hardest fights because she's so freaking fast. But I think I ended up playing through the game on my first character. I played through like 4 times. I think I was on playthrough 4 or 5, and then I started a different character and got through a couple playthroughs, and then I was starting another character. But no, the game's, I like that. I really enjoy Elden Ring, and I want to play it again. So, and I will do some streams with it once I actually get it.
Right. Everybody, well, most of the people in the other server that I'm in, they played the game with a certain sword. I forget what the name of the sword is. I think it's called Rivers of Blood.
Yep.
Yeah, they all used that, and then they had something else that they used. It was a combination of Rivers of Blood and something else, and it's like literally just kills everything. So, one of the guys in there, one of the guys in the Discord, he was always super like, if he saw anybody using Rivers of Blood, he was like, "Oh, you're not a true Elden Ring player. That's weak baby shit."
See, my first playthrough, I knew about Rivers of Blood because I got the game when it first came out, before they nerfed it, and I went for it. I liked it, but I knew because the entire community was screaming for a nerf, I knew that they were going to end up nerfing it. So like, I had to like get away from that sword. Yeah, because I got to the point where I was relying on that sword quite a bit. Not my skill, but the sword. And I knew once they nerfed it, it was gonna be it. And they did. They nerfed the hell out of it. It still was pretty good after a while, but they still nerfed it. But I ended up doing a different build. It was I don't know. I just the game's fun. The way you could play, however you want to play. I never really used the Moonveil sword, the katana, or whatever. I did start using. There was another sword. I can't remember what it was called. But once you beat... There was a good farming weapon. But once you had to beat the Elden Beast. And then you could pick the sword. And that was a really good farming weapon. Trying to think.
My problem right now is I'm too deep into Genshin Impact. So
you enjoy it.
I don't know how far I'm into the game. I unlocked Inazuma over the weekend. So, which is the third area. There's only 4 areas right now, and then later in the year, there's supposed to be like another big area that gets unlocked, or not unlocked, gets released. Like this game apparently has a 7-year content timeline. Ooh. Like they have 7 years worth of content lined up for it. So, but it's like they're going to be releasing piece of like bit by bit, and each new area that they literally they release can almost be its own game, because that's how like large these areas are, and there's so much to do in each one.
That's the kind of stuff that I like, is when you when they release like a new expansion, kind of like The Witcher, where they release an expansion and it's like a game in itself. I like that.
And it's literally like let's see, you have the 4 areas. You have right now you have Mondstadt, Liyue, Inazuma, and Sumeru, and all 4 areas are like, there's a lot of content. Number one, there's also a lot of grinding, because you got to grind for like artifacts, weapons, pieces to upgrade your stuff, and also, well, there's the gacha part of it, which is the. So I will be glad about this. I've only spent $5 on Genshin. I bought like this thing that gives you daily Primo Gems, which is the in-game currency, or one of the in-game currencies. And right. I only bought that, so I'm getting 90 Primo Gems a day, and then I'm just grinding the game, just playing the game, grinding the game, getting Primo Gems in the game. And this new banner came out, and one of the characters on this banner is a character that I need for the ultimate character that I want. That's not going to be available from anywhere from 40 to 80 days from now. Right. We don't know when, but she's coming. She just don't know when. So I had to get this character, right? It took me 60 rolls to get her, and I didn't spend a single penny. So I was proud of that. So yeah, I had 60 rolls to roll this one character. And I was proud of myself. Like, I spent 0 money. I'm so happy. Felt good. It feels good to not have to spend money on a game and get what you want out of it. It feels awful though when you're like, oh, I want this. Oh, it's behind a paywall. I'm gonna have to, yeah. Sumaru, is that what it's? Sumaru? It's too close to Subaru. I'm gonna start calling that area Subaru now. That's probably gonna trigger moles.
Subaru. Sumaru.
Yeah. Sumaru. Anyways. Oh. Any new shows you're watching?
I'm actually re-going through Breaking Bad again.
You told me about that.
Yeah, but that's where I'm at. So
it's because you were watching Better Call Saul, because you watched Better Call Saul. Now you're watching Breaking Bad.
I think the last season for Better Call Saul is out, but it won't come out on Netflix until later this year, I think. So I got to do that. But in the meantime, Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here, Mike. I found this AI generated adventure. Okay, that I'm going to read to you, and you tell me what you want to do. Okay. I named you. You're a knight, and your name is Work. Okay.
Oh no.
You are Work, a knight living in the kingdom of Alarion. You have a steel longsword and a wooden shield. You are on a quest to defeat the evil dragon of Alarion. You've heard he lives up in the North Kingdom. You set on the path to defeat him and walk into a dark forest. As you enter the forest, you see a red door ahead of you. On the other side lies a hill. You walk forward to explore this hill and come to the top to see a village of red roof houses. You decide to enter and see some villagers. What do you do?
Slaughter them all.
Let's see what happens.
The entire village.
Let's see. You kill them. Okay, hold on.
Is that all?
It's loading. It's generating. They drop swords and shields. You pick one up and continue on the path. You walk on and come to a crossroads. There are paths here that leads off to the right or the left.
I'll take the left.
Going left. While we're waiting for it to generate. Back to Elden Ring. What is your favorite boss fight? Personally, mine is Radahn because of the backstory and the looks. I hated Radahn. He was so mean to that poor little horse. But my favorite boss fight.
I thought you for a second you were going to say 4.
All right. You find nothing here but a note on the ground. You've discovered the first fork in the road. There is nothing here to suggest which path to take, so you can continue on your quest. What do you want to do? You're at a fork, and there's nothing that suggests which way to go.
Fork in the road. I guess I'll take the right.
Take right. I had to type it in. You take right. Favorite white's loading. Favorite boss. God, I hate them all.
You gotta understand, Mobiles, when we're playing against bosses, it feels like work. Because we're old.
God, I don't know. I'm trying to... There's so many awful ones. I'll have to get back to that. Let's see. You find nothing here except for more notes on the ground. One note speaks of a witch being nearby. You think to yourself that you should investigate the witch. You also find a note of a sword lying nearby. Do you want to go for the witch? Or do you want to go?
Let's go find the sword so we can slaughter the witch.
I wonder what happens if I wrote in like take my pants off or something.
Well, let's wait until we get to the witch.
The sword gleams in the bright light of noon. It is covered in runes. You wonder who the sword belonged to. You have discovered the second fork in the road. You got the sword.
Let's go right again.
Go right. In Elden Ring, there was this huge club. I can't remember what it was called, but it had some kind of holy ability to it. And if you played through a second time, you were able to get another one, but you had to get it traded to you. I wanted to get 2 of those to dual wield because they're huge and be like a Giga Chad. I think that'd been pretty neat. Okay. You find nothing here but another note. There's nothing on this quest. This note tells of an ogre nearby who has a treasure chest. You think to yourself that you should go after the ogre. You also find a note of a rusty key lying nearby.
Let's go to the ogre.
Go to ogre. This is interesting. I'm so invested in this. Notice the ogre.
I can tell you're just seething with it.
I'm seething. That's disgusting. You notice an ogre warily eating his lunch. He seems content with life. He wears a brown shirt and a pair of brown pants and a gray hat. So he's just an ogre that's just living his life, having fun. What do you want to do?
Okay. Now we can do the remove pants. I take my pants off.
You remove pants. Okay, let's see what it does. Please let this work. The ogre looks shocked.
Please let me
He leaps up from his seat and chases after you. You run from the ogre, and he chases you through the forest. He catches up with you and swipes at you. The ogre looks shocked.
I slay the ogre with my meat sword.
Oh my god! With meat
my meat sword.
Kill ogre with meat sword. Oh god, I don't know what's gonna happen here. It's gonna probably blow my phone up. The ogre swipes at you again, but you block it. He swipes again and cuts a chunk out of your arm. You are forced to a bloody end. You have defeated the ogre. You are forced to a bloody end. You have defeated the ogre. Wait, does that mean that you killed him, or does he killed you? But you didn't defeat.
It sounds like I defeated it. I celebrate by doing the gritty. Mobiles could tell you all about the gritty.
I don't know if I want mobiles to tell me about the gritty.
Mobiles probably breaks the gritty out in school. He probably like wads up, his homework and tosses it into the trash can. And when it goes in, he probably gritties on people.
Okay, you fall on the ground. You look up and see an elf woman standing above you. She is wielding a longsword. Ha ha! You think you could defeat me? She laughs. Take off pants again?
No. No. I attempt to seduce her.
All right, let's see. Seduce her. I gotta log in or create a free account to continue. Let me start.
What's the what?
It's play.aidungeon.io.
So there's a website that I sometimes visit. It's called Character AI, and you can talk to anybody. Let me look here. Let's see. Who are some people you could talk to? Elon Musk, a psychiatrist. Tony Stark. Saul Goodman.
That's kind of scary.
You can also talk to okay, here's a good example. Who is your favorite anime character?
Who is my favorite anime character?
Yeah.
Are we talking like adult?
It could be just anybody that comes off the top of your head. Just name one off the top of your head.
Oh God, there's so many. I got Burt Reynolds. God, why you have to put me on the spot like this?
There might be a Burt Reynolds bot.
No. My favorite anime character. What's my favorite anime? I mean,
there's a Ryan Reynolds bot.
Ooh, that's even better. Mubbles, what's my favorite anime?
He's probably gonna say, oh God, I don't remember what it is. It's called Pico no something. I don't remember what's called.
Pico no Dagayo?
Don't watch that though. Don't watch that. Do not watch that.
What is it?
It's
now I'm curious, Mike.
It's awful. Here, I'll Google it and read you the synopsis.
Oh my gosh. Dead Island 2 is coming out, I think, next week. I won't be getting it next week, but I'm excited for that as well.
Well, none of us are getting it. We're all poor.
This is true. Yes. I would eat rice, but I can't afford
the channel, it. Well, no. Have you ever listened to Dave Ramsey? Or do you even know who Dave Ramsey is?
I know Gordon Ramsay.
Okay. Dave Ramsey is a financial advisor. Okay.
I think I've seen him. He's like an older guy.
He does not hold back when he gives financial advice. I was watching this one clip. This lady was like, "We are like in $800,000 in debt, and we make about between the two, me and my husband, we make like $230,000 a year." He's like, "Okay, let's break down this $800,000 that you're in debt in. How much is what?" And she's like, "Well, 210,000 is the house. 335,000 is student loans. We have advanced degrees, He's like, well, your advanced degrees aren't helping you right now. And then she's like, and then we got and then the rest is like credit card and car loans. He's like, okay. He's like, you are going to drastically change your lifestyle for the next 3 years, and you cannot care what anybody thinks or what you even think of each other. You were eating baked beans for dinner for 3 consecutive years. He's like, you can't buy, do not buy anything. Do not, no luxury stuff, nothing. This is how we're going to get you out of this debt. I'm just sitting there like, yeah, God dang, savage, you know? I don't think I could live on baked beans every day.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it wouldn't have to be baked beans. I mean, I'm sure there's cheap, like, you could live off of cheap stuff, but I think the point is he's getting at is, like, don't be buying stuff that's expensive. Buy, like, cheap but, like, fiber-ish foods, whatever that stay with you. But,
he's like, you're not going to the movies, you're not going anywhere, you're not going out, you're not going on dates, you're not doing anything for 3 years. It's the only way to control this debt. And she's like, well, we're on the verge of declaring bankruptcy.
Yeah, but that wouldn't get rid of her student loans. So, I mean, that would only clear up the credit
It'd get rid of everything
debt.
Else.
So they'd still be
it'd get rid of everything else. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my student loans are paid off, so I'm happy.
I wish I
don't have
was
to worry about that.
$200,000, man, a year, like making that kind of money. That's nice. So
that's
for
a pipe
people
dream for us.
Yeah. So for people to be like, I just can't live off of $200,000 a year. Really?
You've been doing something wrong.
Yeah, no.
What have you been doing wrong?
Does your bread have gold in it? What the hell?
Like, I've had this conversation with a lot of people, and like, I'm just like, we'll talk about like the ultra rich and everything. It's like, when is it enough? Like, how much is enough to these people? Because apparently it's not. They have to be continuously making money until they die, basically. It's like, well, how much is too much? And if you talk to them, it's like, no amount is too much. It's like, what do you mean no amount? You're worth trillions of dollars. You know how much that trillions, right? Which means you could give $1 million away and you would still be a trillionaire, but you would make some rando, a millionaire. Like, but you would still be a trillionaire. That's how rich you are. But they're like, nope, it's not enough. I need more. It's like, what? How do you need more? Like, I mean, like, even if I was like even if I had like $100 million in the bank, I would give $1 million away and have $99 million in the bank. So I'm like to me that seems like a lot of money, like a lot of money, and I even in my head, like, I can't even fathom having $100,000 in cash right now. Like, if I had $100,000 in cash, I don't know what I would do with it.
I'd probably spend it. I'd have 100,000 McDonald's cheeseburgers.
No, I would. I mean, I'd probably use it as down payment on a house, or find a $100,000 house, and pay it all off one go.
You could buy like a $60,000 house and then put like $20,000 into it.
True, but like at the price of like construction stuff right now, dude, they're having a hard time. Like, have you been keeping track of some of the economic stuff at all?
Like on what aspect? Are you talking about the construction aspect, where it's like having a problem?
Everything.
I know, like, a lot of the construction stuff.
That housing market is very close to crashing. Like, it's nobody is buying a house, and nobody's putting their house on market right now because interest rates are so high right now. So no one wants to buy because of that, and because no one wants to buy, no one's willing to put their house up for sale. So it's at a complete standstill right now, where the only people buying are the ones with the cash in hand. People that have to get mortgages and stuff, they're not buying.
It's inflated.
Because who wants?
Bad.
Oh yeah, well, and the Fed is just making it worse by constantly raising the interest rates. Like, as those rates continue to go up, all it's going to do is just hurt the economy. Because but I mean, that's their goal. Jerome Powell has said that we need to get unemployment up. He's like, we need to be looking at 4% unemployment, which unemployment right now is like the lowest it's ever been. But it's like that's seen as, a good thing for the economy, but it's also part of the reason why inflation's up. It's because more people have jobs making money. So more people are spending money, and that's inflated everything.
So basically,
so
we
they're-
need this country to be unemployed.
Well, yeah, like he's saying to truly reset inflation, you have to get unemployment up to 10%. To truly reset inflation.
That's crazy because that's
That's
a lot of unemployed people.
Yeah, that's what 10% of 330 million. How many people is that? 3.3
33
million? No, 33.
No.
Oh yeah, you're right. 33 million. Yeah, that's 33 million people out of a job.
Yep.
That's not good numbers. But like,
Nope.
I don't know. I was talking about somebody at work, and they said the automobile industry is not doing too hot either right now. Because
Not
the only cars being bought right now are used cars. No one's buying a new car. So they've had to really cut back on their production because no one's buying new cars. There's no demand for new cars because new cars are way too expensive,
They are.
and only certain people are buying it. So therefore, there's no reason for them to be producing so much. But then you go look at the used car market. It's also super inflated because people want used cars. They do not want new cars. So it's just because no one can afford anything. Like I don't think people realize how much COVID and those lockdowns really, really screwed everything up
They
from
really
the
did.
top down. Like it literally, we've learned that when global economics comes to a complete halt, it does more damage than good. That's the biggest thing that we've learned. So it's kind of setting up for like a future pandemic because, well, number one, I think the governments and everything have done a really bad job of like earning people's trust during this whole fiasco because so much more stuff has come out now, so much more info that has really kind of made everybody question a lot of their judgments and stuff going back. So I think when a future pandemic scenario arises, hopefully it doesn't, but it's going to really affect everybody's line of thinking. They're not going to be quick to trust the government. They're going to be very skeptical of them. They're going to be very skeptical of the health experts because they got so much stuff wrong, they got just as much stuff wrong as they did right about the whole thing. But because they were so wrong from the beginning, it really hurt their credibility. And it's only taken after years of them studying the thing is when they're starting to get the right information out there. But it's too late because of how American minds work. We're stuck in the now. We only think about the now, and then when the now changes, everybody throws their hands up because it's just an American thing. It's just how we are as a society.
Sad to say. Yep.
America, big stupid. Americans, big stupid. We big stupid over here.
Well, Mikey, we're at 9:54. I think that's decent enough. I think
No, 6 more minutes.
you got something to talk about for 6 minutes?
I mean, you could have added your 2 cents, but okay, whatever. You don't have 2 cents apparently.
No, I don't.
Actually, you probably don't.
That's
Your bank account's probably empty, ain't it?
that's the whole problem with me. I don't have the 2 cents. Justin's sitting on a life of luxury right now because he doesn't need to go to work, and you don't go to work either, man. I got to go to work for you tomorrow.
Hey, who? Okay. Oh, that's another thing too. Probably next Thursday, I'm probably going to have to teach you about the system,
Oh god,
the pre-action system. I'm probably going to have to show you what you have to do in case you ever have to shut it down and drain it.
Oh, you talking about in there
'Cause-
the pre-action? I know. We got to shut
Yeah.
down with the codes and stuff like that.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about the actual system itself, like what you
Okay.
close and open. Like, oh, and I think I discovered something too. I think there was still water in that system because we opened the auxiliary drain, and when we did, the water that came out of that drain smelled so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, dude, it was disgusting. Like, it smelled like when water collects for too long, it gets that real musty, gross, like real gross. I don't know how to describe it. Swampy smell, like a really bad
know what you're talking
disgustingness. That was that whole that entire aroma. That's all I could smell coming out of that pipe.
Yeah.
So I think there's that water's been in there for probably about 4 years.
Yeah.
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 Was-
Wouldn't drink it.
It was bad. Like I knew it was bad because the facilities supervisor, he was standing right next to me, and after I opened it up, and he was like, he had the same reaction that I did. I took a whiff, and we both went woof, and just like turned and walked away from it because it was that bad. And yeah, and our pressure numbers have changed on it too, and I assume it's because the water that was in the pipe that was not there was raising the pressure on the priming pressure, because it was at 200, and then when it got into when it got to stage 2 or about to be stage 3, the priming pressure was at 100, and then after I filled it back up with water, it was only at 140. So it makes me think the water in the pipes were causing it to be at 200 when it shouldn't have been at 200.
It's possible, yeah.
But yeah, it was. Oh, it smelled so bad. Oh, it smells worse than your armpit.
Yeah. With that note, that's enough for me. But alrighty, Mikey.
All right. Well,
Enjoyed talking with you. I hope everybody else enjoyed listening to the BS.
I think they all left.
Probably.
I think they all left us. They were like, these guys aren't even answering anything in our chat. What? You didn't give anything constructive criticism or anything. You're just like, oh, boo, boo, I say something stupid.
All right, Mikey.
Ask your Patrick about kids.
You have a good night.
Later.
Bye.
Yeah, you too.